Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Stephen, I know it's extremely busy with everything going on up there. Appreciate you jumping on with us. I want to start first. Congratulations, the Forbes list. You guys are number one at $10.1 billion. How do you celebrate that?
Well, we don't. I mean, at the end of the day, that's a nice deal. But, the more important thing is, we want to win a championship. And certainly with the season we're going through has been difficult. And we, have higher expectations than what we've done this year. And it's nice that our overall franchise has done well. But in general, that means a lot. But, obviously we've, got a sound, solid franchise. But winning football games is the most important thing. And ultimately, as y'all might imagine, whether it's Jerry, whether it's our family or anybody else, we're trying to win a championship.
Stephen, having said that, you guys were playing some pretty good football, and I think Monday night played a pretty good football game. How heartbreaking is that for you and for Jerry, and then maybe more importantly, the players, and how do they rebound from a heartbreaking loss like that on Monday night?
Well, I got a lot of faith in what our coaches are doing. Mike McCarthy's just doing one hell of a job keeping the guys focused and, focused on the task at hand, which is try to win every football game. Probably the harder thing for us, as much as a win or a loss, is important, as you might imagine. But, the rougher thing for us is losing Overshown. And, he's such a dynamic defensive player and what he means to our defense and, his future and what he's all about. To, have an injury like that was just a tough deal. It's obviously first and foremost tough for, for Demo, as his teammates love to call him, but Overshown. But, what it means to this franchise, we've got to get him going and get him ready. But he's more convicted than ever that he'll, just like he did his first ACL last year in the preseason, he overcame that and was playing at an amazing level. And he's going to do the same thing with this injury. I'm convicted he'll get back and he'll do it quicker, and he'll be back stronger and faster than he ever was before. So a tough lick losing him, but and obviously a tough loss. But my thought process is our guys are going to continue to compete, and next man up is the way we look at it. And Mike's done a great job of keeping everybody focused, and their vision is task on hand, and I think we'll continue to compete our ass off.
Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys joining us here on the Blitz. With what you just said about Demo, quicker, was there any positives coming from the surgery? Has he had surgery yet? Or is it really looking like, obviously, this season and most, if not all, of next season? Or do you think you might get him back sooner rather than later?
Well, I think the long-term perspective is who knows in terms of how these guys recover. Every player does it differently. I mean, you can have one player with the same injury come back quite a bit earlier than another player with the same injury. So we'll just see. My bet's on Demo, which is that he said this thing, I'm going to get back a whole lot quicker than anybody thinks I will. And I believe that. And, hopefully, he's going to get to be a part of next year. And I know there's, some doctors who will say, hey, it could, take the whole season next year. But there's, it's certainly not out of the question that, he does better than that. And I'm betting on that he does a lot better than that.
Well, that's good news, and I hope he does get back. I know all Cowboy fans were certainly impressed with the way he was playing football. There's no doubt in his development there. Stephen, you said something earlier in the week about 2025 and maybe the approach, and I know you guys are strapped a little bit financially in a lot of ways and some bills to pay. As Jerry likes to say, that credit card is due. What does 2025 look like? Draft and develop more young players? What is the foresight from you and Jerry at this point in time?
Yeah, we like our roster. Once we get everybody healthy again, which will happen. I mean, you get guys like Sam Williams back. Obviously we had a lot of investment in DeMarcus Lawrence and what he's all about. You lose a great player like Zach Martin for the back half of the season. And then, of course, first and foremost is Dak Prescott. I mean, lose your starting quarterback, who's the highest paid player in the league, and lose him, even before the halfway mark, that's a tough blow. And Cooper Rush doing a hell of a job. My hat's off to him. And, some people want to be critical of how Dak was playing, but there's not a doubt in my mind Dak was going to, play at the level he played at and has played at. I think he was second in MVP voting the year before. I mean, we knew we were, you're going to see that out of him. And, we had some unusual circumstances between having a new defensive coordinator and our defense learning the system. And, the offense was pressing because, the defense was learning the system, and we had injuries over there. So, I love our roster, and I think we've got a good young roster, but, we're going to be able to do the things we need to do, I think, to put a great roster together for the future. But right now we're worried about beating the Panthers, and the Panthers have played great football, and, they're a team not unlike us. It started out slow, but they're playing really good, and we just need to go out there and compete and win the football game. And I know we've put ourselves in a real big corner in terms of making the playoffs, but mathematically you're never out until you're out, and until that E shows up in the standings, we're going to fight our ass off. So that's our thought process, and that's Mike's thought process, and here we go.
Here we go. Carolina coming up on Sunday. Stephen, real quick, I do want to clarify. $10.1 billion from Forbes. That has nothing to do with salary cap. I know most people listening right now get that, but some are going to question it. But speaking of dollars, Micah Parsons on television before the Monday night game said, 30, 40 million. He doesn't really know the difference. What's the urgency when you hear that to hurry up and get that deal done?
Yeah, I mean, we those contracts, and everybody has a take. Hey, could you do them earlier? Could you do them later? Why did you wait? Why did you not get, those are all in the, that's in the media. At the end of the day, it's big, big business. Micah's got good people looking out for his business. And we're certainly, from a business standpoint, having to see how all that fits. But, I mean, all you got to do is watch the game since Micah's been back and see what a difference he makes. And we're all in for trying to get him signed. That's what we've said from day one. We want to get Dak. We want to get CD. We want to get Micah signed. And, that's our goal, because Micah's, one of the, handful of difference makers in this league on defense that can really change a game.
Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys. I know it's a busy day for you and you got to get to another meeting. Appreciate you jumping on with us down here in San Antonio.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com.